X-Men 97, Episode 4, Motendo, Life-Death, Part 1. How do you feel about it? Alright guys, Brent here back for Geek to cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. This time, X-Men 97, Man, the Myth, the Marvel down there, and the man whose opinion you came to hear today about all things X-Men, Tony. Talk to the folks, tell them how I feel about Motendo and the Life-Death, Part 1.
All right, well, let me start off just by saying that I know I'm probably one of the few that didn't expect every episode to be top notch. And we got the first mid quality episode of the season. And I understand you have to have filler episodes, and everyone can't be, action, but, intense. That's because that's not what this one was. But that also is, they were trying to highlight two of the younger mutants, Jubilee and Sunspot. And also, in my opinion, a B-class villain in Mojo. I will say I didn't like it when he first came out. He was skinny because everybody who knows Mojo, he's a big, fat, yellow octopus. Basically what he is. He runs a gaming world. He likes to pick on the X-Men. I will say I do like the shout-outs that they gave with some of the flashes. You had some of the older shows like Judge Judy and
Divorce Court, Different World,
and all those was in there. I love that. I loved how when they went into the video game, it went into Days of Future Past storyline because you had the poster on the back and it had all the X-Men on there. I mean, pretty much that's all I can say. I didn't like that it was an older version of Jubilee. I was hoping it was Longshot because he is tied directly with Mojo. It would have been a great way to introduce him. Spiral, I didn't like that she turned on Mojo at the end because she is his loyal acolyte and she doesn't do it like that. I mean, I didn't like that. I liked how they got him into the game. I thought it was a better way to get him in, with the tentacles coming out and going into him and, physically, mentally putting him into the game. And, we always had that rule that if you die in your dreams, you die in real life. So, and we showed it when Roberto was on his last life and he started blinking in and out. And she's like, oh, he's dying. And it's not too much good I can say about this. It was a great filler. I will say I was more interested in the end with Forge and Storm than I was the main storyline. I like how they dove into his past. I love how they showed his X-Force team. I don't think they get a lot
on the board.
Yeah, it was Wolfbang, Strong Guy. I don't remember all of them, but Havoc was in there. I don't think X-Force gets the love in the X-Men universe that it needs to, because even though they're X-Force, they're still X-Men. It's like 5 groups of them, and they're still considered to be X-Men. And some of these characters are pretty good. Yeah, they might be low level. Like Wolfbang is a low level Wolverine. You got all those, but I like how they showed that. I like how he got into it while I was in the war. He's not saying which war, but we know which war. I like how it showed his injuries and how he, is a technopath, and he still has to walk with a limp. I don't think we could get that in the first OG X-Men when they showed him. He didn't have that limp, but we all know that if you have, fake appendages, you're going to walk with a limp. It's not going to be normal. I love also that it finally came out that he was the reason behind Storm losing her powers, because in the comics, he was the reason. And she did what she did. She slapped the fire out of him, which you can understand.
It was a solid slap. Solid slap.
I don't think they played to Storm's claustrophobia like they should have, because when she got in the tube, she looked more uncomfortable than terrified. And we all know that Storm in small spaces don't work. She freaks out. And I don't think they did that justice. I think she should have been a little bit more animated on being in such a tight space. I do like the fact that they brought into the fact that he was a shaman, and the adversary is one of Forge's main villains. That's his apocalypse basically. It's a demon and it basically feeds off fear. And I love that it was there and I love the design of it. It made me feel like, okay, this is something you got to be worried about. Pretty much, I mean, it was a filler. It's fine. And we got another love story going on. I think we have enough, please. We don't need everybody to fall in love with each other. We already had 2 love stories going on. We didn't need this one. And now we probably got a 4th if Storm ever forgives Rogue.
Yeah, there's a lot to handle. A lot going on here. A lot of love triangles. A lot of love forming. Will, what do you love? What do you dislove about this episode?
I mean, now he pretty much hit everything on the head. So that this is part 1. So we're going to get some more, I guess, closure as the episodes go on about what's going to happen with Storm. Again, I'm waiting to see Roberto kind of come more into his own. I'm waiting for that. I think that's going to be
because we haven't seen him. We just saw one arm, and
yeah,
he's more powerful than that.
Yeah, he's going to be a game changer at some point, and yeah, I'm really waiting for other characters to show up to actually kind of bolster, because the team is falling apart. So I'm waiting for more things to come in and bolster the team, especially with Gambit ain't too happy about everything that's going on. Freaking Storm's gone. Freaking Cyclops and Jean are
like, court.
I
love that.
That was hilarious. So yeah, I just want to kind of see how they're going to start, bringing this full circle. And again, they're already working on season 3, and active development. Season 2 is already finished. So as these go on and we see how these episodes roll out, we'll see what storylines are going to play to. So that's it, man. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, and from a novice fan's perspective, I want to say I'm enjoying the show. I did think last night's episode was easily the worst one of the bunch. It wasn't really all that close. I said so as much on the live stream. Thanks to everybody who enjoyed or watched the live stream, talked a little bit shop with me. Really enjoyed Star Wars' coverage significantly more. But X-Men, it sort of held my attention. The slap was great. And I was commenting early on, it's like, man, I don't trust owls inside, let alone one in your rafter early on. It's like, there's just something about owls that just creep me out. Always have, always will. And then for Adversary to be the one showing up in this one, literally feeds off of everything that you have going on that is bad, your fears. That's definitely going to be a powerful enemy to have to go after. That being said, having the goddess of storms helping out, Forge should be able to overcome some of his fears per se. It looks like you got something you want to say, Tony.
I kind of want more. I know we haven't seen a lot of Forge, but I kind of want more of his building expertise. I want to see him MacGyver something, and then we can really just sit back and think and say, yeah, Iron Man sucks, while Forge is building like the greatest machine ever. I think we need, because that's what he's there for. He's genius level IQ, can build anything he can think of. I need to see him do that.
So there's a lot of good stuff to be looking forward to. A lot of things that really can come into play. We still have, the love triangle that's slowly falling apart. We got divorce court slowly building between Jean and Cyclops. And we still haven't even really taken a look to see what, Bishop is going to do and how that's going to come into play and affect everything that we have currently ongoing. I am going to say, though, I do love all the video game shout-outs that was going on with Mojo and Motendo. I really thought those were nice. Graphics that they used and the animation, the quality that they had was nice. I've enjoyed that part of the
Did it remind you of Double Dragon? And the old side-scroller, like Turtles and
the old Super Mario arcade game, all of that was there. So
that was in there.
Yeah, it was all there. It was great.
It was great.
It was perfect callbacks. It was well done. It was a good episode, but it's not as great as the first 3 episodes.
This was more of a nostalgia episode than something to give you substance.
A nice little love letter to the old heads, aka you and you, from the X-Men 92 days. Not for the young folk like me, whose back and knees still function properly, unlike Iron Man, who does suck. Be sure to hit that lovely red subscribe button if you enjoy all this great content that we have. We'll see you in the next breakdown, and we'll see Will tonight for all things Invincible.